3 easy tips you can apply that will make you into a better project manager by the end of the week. Hey team, I'm Stuart Taylor from Influential PMO, and I'm here to support the project community. I've got 3 tips that are going to make you a better project manager almost immediately, so let's get straight into them. The first tip is to get your to-do list out of your head. David Allen, the writer of Getting Things Done, said that the mind is great for having ideas, but not great for storing them. Holding on to too much information creates a burden for many people. Even when things are going well, there's always going to be a nagging doubt in the back of your mind that there's something that's been forgotten, and it will drain your creative energy from you. So get it out of your head. I know that you're already up to your neck in plans, reports, business cases, but these aren't suitable places to hold this kind of information. You need to get into the habit of capturing actions in lists, events in calendars, and ideas and anything else you'll want to recall later in notes. You've probably already got access to really good software for doing this. At work, I use OneNote to capture my notes and anything I need to recall, and I use Outlook for its calendar and its task list to capture actions and events. Even away from work, I'm using OneNote to capture ideas and thoughts, especially when it comes to capturing things for this channel and ideas for future content. I'm using Microsoft's To-Do app in order to capture actions that I've got to get done, and I use the standard iOS calendar to keep a track of upcoming events. It's going to sound strange, but before actually introducing this approach, I used to look on it as too obvious and therefore it wasn't going to be helpful. But at the time, I was letting tasks slip, I was misprioritizing my actions, and things weren't getting done as effectively as they could have been. I'm not going to say that things are perfect. Sometimes tasks still do get misprioritized, but they're not so common anymore. There is another advantage as well. It's a little bit motivational. There's nothing better than looking back on a completed task list, and you get this sense of how much you've accomplished, how productive you are, and how much value you're adding. It's a nice feeling. Give it a try. One warning though, you do have to stay on top of your action lists. If you don't, you end up falling back into the state you started off in, only now you've got the additional burden of an incomplete action list. Tip 2 is whenever you're writing a progress or status report, capture a lesson at the same time. You're already in the right mindset to be thinking about things that are coming up, but you're especially focused on what's happened in the last reporting period. Whilst you're in that mindset and memories are fresh and being actively engaged, this is the perfect time to reflect on things that went well, things that didn't go well, things you'd like to start, stop, or continue. One of the biggest problems I see with project managers in this area is they tend to wait until something forces them to write lessons learned, either a stage gate or the end of the project. By that time, the lesson's a distant memory, and unless it was particularly painful or exceptionally beneficial, the details can elude you. So by getting into the habit of capturing at least one lesson as you write a status report, you're creating a true living account of what happened in the project. The more detailed, the better, but the more variety, the better too. So why don't you ask some of your teammates to contribute as well? As you're writing the status report, if you're checking on details with members of the team, why not ask them to submit a lesson? Think about how much easier this makes project closure. Instead of trying to shoehorn in some long lessons learned workshop into everyone's diaries, when everyone just wants to move on to the next thing, you'll already have a detailed log of lessons and recommendations, and you won't need to spend so much time. You can have a much shorter workshop. And let's face it, no one else in your company is going to be so proactive, so you're going to look like an absolute superstar in comparison. Are you getting value from this video? Don't forget to like and subscribe. The third tip is to set reminders around reporting deadlines. Be honest, do you wait until PMOs or whoever's capturing reports to come knocking on your door and ask for a report before you even start thinking about what you're going to write in it? What if they forget? Or they're off sick? You still have to do the report. The difference is you'll be doing it last minute in a panic state and the quality is going to be bad. Set reminders in your calendar for every reporting cycle you know you have to report into. It sets you up for success. Here's why. When you start a new week, you can see the reporting requirements that are required. Nothing will take you by surprise. You'll be nice and prepared, and you'll be able to create a useful, detailed output. Also, because you know that it's a reporting week, you'll start to see the events and activities through the prism of how you're going to write them in a report. So already your subconscious is starting on the report for you. Sometimes the reports you have to create aren't just going into some portfolio level recurring weekly or fortnightly pack. Some projects are required to report to additional boards and committees that can run at slightly irregular and easy to forget times. The more senior the board or the committee, the more influential the people sitting on it, and the more you want to impress with your outputs. Being aware of the reporting deadlines in advance gives you the best chance of having the best possible output and producing the best report for that event. And finally, by tracking these things, you'll be more timely in the production of your reports, which will keep you in good stead with whoever's gathering the reports and producing packs. That individual's under a lot more pressure than you probably realise. Not only are they having to gather reports and send chasers, but they're also having to follow up on people who've not made their submissions on time, they're resolving quality issues, and sometimes they even get the blame for poor quality reports that have been submitted by the people who've contributed to the pack. By being timely and creating good outputs, this person will see you as a positive contributor. And eventually, circumstances will get the best of you, things will get on top of you, and you will end up having to either submit a report late or you'll need to amend a report at some point. And it will be really beneficial if this person who's receiving your content knows that you're typically a reliable person, you're not being flaky, and that truly events have got the best of you on this occasion. It'll make them more inclined to be flexible and to accept a late submission. So there's your 3 tips. Tell your colleagues, or don't, but make sure you use them. And I'll see you next time.